Welcome to this session of Go Ask Debbie, QuickBooks Getting Started. For this training, we will use the Interview section of QuickBooks. This will help you set up your company profile so that it best fits your needs. To begin, simply click the Start Interview button. The first screen is asking you to fill out your company information. Simply tab through the fields, filling out all appropriate information, and then click the Next button to continue. Should you have more than one person working on your company file, you may wish to set up an administrative password. This password will allow you and only you to change certain information within your company file, while still allowing others to input information. Your company file within QuickBooks is just like any other file in, say, Word or Excel. Simply save to a company location or a location on your hard drive. We'll talk about backup later. Name the company. The default will be your company name that you chose on previous screens. And once you are done, click the Save button on the lower right corner. The next few screens will ask you information about the type of business you are in. Simply read the questions, fill out the answers as you feel appropriate, and then continue by clicking the Next button in the lower right corner. This screen can help you set up your business to the most appropriate industry that fits your business. Simply scroll through the list and find a business that best matches yours. Then click the Next button. For this example, we'll choose Advertising and then click the Next button. While walking through the interview, you may not be sure of certain answers. I would err on the side of choosing more. In this example, say advertising, maybe we only sell services, but eventually maybe we will sell a brochure which we might consider a product. So let's choose both services and products. Once again, if you are unsure of an answer to a question, err on the side of more information. For this example, choose the option that you may want to sell online someday. This will help set up some screens in case you need them. In case you've never used them before, estimates is something you may want to set up in QuickBooks whether or not you will use them. You can always turn them into invoices with the click of a button. Notice in yellow where it says Recommended for your business. Pay close attention to these notes, as while you're walking through the interview, QuickBooks will try to give you information that best fits your industry. Whether or not you bill for your time in your business, it will help if you set up the tracking time in QuickBooks for things such as taxes. I would always recommend turning this on. This screen may be a bit confusing. If you pay a contract employee, such as a 1099 contractor who's not actually employed with your company, you'll want to choose Yes, that you do have employees on this screen, and then choose whether or not you'll pay that person by a W-2 or a 1099. These next few screens will set up your accounts within QuickBooks. If you have a specific chart of accounts that your accountant wishes you to use, you may do so. Otherwise, I would recommend choosing the defaults on these screens. The great thing about QuickBooks is the ability to use as much or as little as you choose. For this screen, for example, I will choose No, I do not wish to set up an existing bank account. You may always do so later. As I mentioned earlier, for your accounts, you may wish to just take the defaults given by QuickBooks. Scroll through the list and see if there are any specific ones you need to add at this time. Once you receive this screen, you have set up your company file using the Easy Step interview and are complete and ready to begin using QuickBooks. The QuickBooks Learning Center will open as soon as you have set up your company file. You may choose to view some of these tutorials or continue just to use QuickBooks. If you no longer wish to receive this screen, simply uncheck the Show Tips window at Startup in the lower left-hand corner. Once you are ready to begin using QuickBooks, simply click the Begin QuickBooks button in the lower right-hand corner. Each time you open QuickBooks, you may receive alerts. These alerts are similar to reminders in Outlook. Simply click Mark as Done or Remind Me Again. It's your choice. The home screen will now open. This is the main screen that will appear each time you open QuickBooks. Notice there are icons in the middle of the screen. We will go through each of these in our training sessions, helping you to quickly move about through QuickBooks. Now that we've gone through the interview section of QuickBooks, you now may begin using your file. To begin, you may use any of the buttons on the screen, or you may continue to go through the training sessions. Please see future training sessions for more details on each of the individual icons on these screens. Thanks for choosing this session of Go Ask Debbie, QuickBooks Getting Started.